We are live. Okay. Welcome to the live. We do this every Sunday night for a little bit, 7:30. Might be changing this to another night just because Sundays are starting to get a little hectic around here. So please feel free to later if you guys have an idea of what days would be better for this. For those of you that obviously see it after it's live, if there's a time that works for you guys, let me know. Usually start off with some updates. Been a little quiet lately, so really the only major update is the LVCVA release, in that they were down almost 10% year over year from last year. Not too surprised by it, just the way the trend's been going, obviously, with the economy and other things. But Vegas is absolutely not dead. I was just there 2 weeks ago. We flew in day after Christmas. Yeah. And then we left day before Christmas, or day before New Year's Eve, and it was packed, completely packed to people. I mean, you could not move. We went to go see the Bellagio around the conservatory, I want to say 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, 1 o'clock. And it was, I mean, you were bumping into people, pushing people out of the way just to get through that. That's why my wife made the good idea about going back there around 6 a.m. The next day so we could get some filming done, because there was nobody there then. But Vegas is not dead, folks. It is not dead. So that's really the only update. Nothing really others going on. Obviously, I guess it's kind of a late update, but Disco Show is closed. They closed on the 3rd, so that is now done. Diner Ross is still open at the moment. Don't know what they're going to be doing with that. And then I guess the only other update, which I've already given before, is just that we're going to wait and see. The Cromwell is going through the rebranding. They will be the Vanderpump Hotel. That's all underway now. I didn't see much of it when I was there a couple of weeks ago, but who knows what they were working on. So I'll be going back, hopefully. Depends on how schedules work with family and stuff. Hopefully be going back the week of the 4th through the 11th of September. So we'll see how that goes. I would like to probably stay there just so I can say I haven't been there or stayed there since it was Wild Bill's Gambling Hall. For those of you who've been to Vegas before, when you remember the days of Wild Bill's, Riviera, the Aladdin, the Imperial Palace, and some other places. What was my cat doing? I don't know. So anyway, those will be my updates. So let's go over, I guess the really thing I just want to discuss was had the live over at Jack's yesterday. Was a really, really fun time. Went live a little bit earlier than I normally do, just because that's kind of how my schedule worked out. That, and I wanted to be able to jump around on a couple of different machines. If you go to Jack's, especially downtown, it can get a lot of people very, very fast, especially on a Saturday. So I really appreciate everybody jumping on. We did have a lot of fun. I think we had a little over 3,000 people watching, which was great. We had some really good people in the chat. Beach Bum was in there. Effin' Up was in there. Slotty Margarita was in there. Avo from Casino Jackpot 777 was there. Majestic Slots made a quick little cameo to talk about slots, and they were all having fun in the chat. So I kind of stayed out of the chat a little bit just to kind of watch everybody just sort of hanging out. Obviously, it was probably the highlight. The play was not very good. I did find the new Phantom slot machine. I was excited to play it, but it didn't go well again. I would play it again, and I did. I'll have a video coming out shortly where I sat down and got lucky enough and hit the bonus within the first probably 10, 12 spins, just to kind of try it out. And it's something I would definitely play. I might, when I go back to Vegas, look for it, maybe play a little bit of a higher bet, maybe 2 or 3 time bet multiplier, no more than 225 a bet, because that machine can give you a lot of dead spins. But it was a fun concept, especially if I can get into the hold and spin, which is where you get the Phantom on one reel, and then you get the coins, whether it's a dollar value coin or one of the bonus coins. And at the very end, it's a picture of his fist with the Phantom ring. Then it triggers a hold and spin, and basically whatever you won on the line hit based off the coins. That gets added to whatever coins you collect on the hold and spin. So it's kind of an interesting twist on everything. I would have liked to have hit it while I was playing, but it didn't go well. We then jumped to another game, and then another one and another one. Ended up playing on Buffalo just because it's a game I've had horrible luck on, but it's one everyone likes. And figure if we're going to go out, we're going to go out having fun. Did not hit, so ended up being down instantly within about an hour of the live, down almost $300. So it wasn't going very good. But again, we had a lot of fun, and I kind of appreciate that kind of an outcome on a live, just because personally my channel's always been about what gambling really is, especially for someone who is low roller, someone who goes to the casino with maybe $100 on them and they just sort of want to have a little bit of fun. I'd be able to stretch that for hours. So I think it was important to sort of see that, hey, we're all rooting for each other. That's what we should be doing. If you're at a machine, you're not doing too well, someone next to you sits down and hits a first spin bonus, you should go, good God, that's awesome. Good for you. Good luck. So I thought it was kind of important to see. I would have liked for the live to have gone a little bit better, but that is gambling. So it's nice to sort of show this is kind of what you expect. Unfortunately, you're not going to get those. I'm on a live. Holy crap, guys. I just hit a hand pot, even though everyone was cheering me on for that. Hey, F and Up's here. Thanks. Thank you for jumping on. I know you said you were trying to sneak in watching while you were at work, so I do appreciate you putting your job on the line. So it was fun. But later on that day, I've got more videos coming out. I got a little frustrated and went kind of against the grain. I still had a little bit of money left back from the trip, even though it was a set budget. I went to go have a little bit of lunch there. They've got a burger place over there, which is decent. The fries are really, really good. They're like those nice crispy panko battered fries, and they're really good. The burger was just, it was okay. I wouldn't get it again, but the French fries I would. So today I'm good to go. Yeah. So what happened was after I ate, I kind of walked around, and sometimes if I'm down or I don't really know what to do, I'll kind of walk around and just look for a game either I haven't played before or one that calls out to you. And I got super lucky, sat down at a all aboard, picked the Go West, ended up hitting into the bonus pretty quickly. I think we racked up close to a little almost $100 off that one single game. Took that, rolled it into the tried and true, because again I was trying to find content, and went to a Flaming Hot Pots, and probably within about 5 or 6 spins on a $1.76 bet, I had a triple pop, which was, I've never had that before. It was really, really good. I think we rolled that into another 130. And then went next door to a line link, and it was insane. It was started on, $1.50 bet, 2-cent denom, and we got the bonus once, and then kind of played it down a little bit, got it again, and then switched over to 5-cent denom and played that for a little bit. And I said, hey, here's the cutoff. We're going to cut off at 150 because I'm trying to claw back my money. And then we got back into a bonus, and all of a sudden, so long story short, played some other games, got a little bit more content in, ended up walking out of the casino only down $60. So it is rare it happens. I know Avo put out a thing where he was playing Dragon Link on his free play, and we sort of joked back and forth that major popped on him right as he kind of needed it. And sometimes when you go to the casino, a win just sort of shows it's weird how your luck, you can kind of feel it turning a little bit on you sometimes. It was just lucky that you start down so much, and you just sort of turn it around. Now, I wouldn't advise always doing that. Again, I still played within my budget. I didn't go to the ATM. I didn't go back to the car for more money. No, I didn't do anything like that. It's just I decided to go ahead and dip into the rest of what I have for the budget versus bringing that $100 home with me to try and get some more content. So I'll be posting those videos here shortly. Kind of finishing up all the videos from Vegas. I think I got about 11 more to go. And then other than that, I launched an Instagram account. Again, it's a very, very small account, just sort of trying to capture as many type of places I can be. I'm not going to be very active on it. Not exactly a fan of Instagram or that other place that we can't really talk about just because it's just weird over there. Seems like there's a lot of fakeness, which sucks. But, I mean, if I can get a couple more eyeballs on it, great. Just kind of want to spread the word of you can have a lot of fun doing minimum bets. And I think for the most part, all I did was very minimum bets. The only exception was the $1.76 on Flamin' Hot Pots, just because for some reason it's the one I always gravitate to. I've had good luck on it. The selections, if you do get in the bonus, are a little bit higher. But other than that, it's just sort of one of those superstition things I always do. And there's a couple of games I've always played where it's always been bet multiplier 2 or 3 on 1 cent denom that I will always play just because I have for years and years. So overall, it went really well. I think we had fun. Looking forward to doing it again. Don't know when I'm going to be going live again. I do have enough content to be posting for a while. I also have some family stuff going on, so that'll definitely take my attention for at least the next 4 to 6 weeks. So hopefully I can get back into a rhythm, get back to the casino probably late February. Late February probably, or early March. Again, the weather's going to dictate a lot of that. It's the only reason why I went Saturday was it was 50-something degrees and clear. And this Saturday and the next Saturday are supposed to be in the 30s with snow up in Cleveland. So I didn't want to get stuck in that again. I've already done that once, and it wasn't nice. So hopefully I'll go live again during that time. Again, we'll have a lot of fun. I'll try to find a decent time to go. I'll probably go because it is a 2.5-hour drive. So I'll probably go live sometime around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just so that way I can get a couple of hours and still be able to get home in time to have dinner with the family and not really get stuck too much in traffic out there, because traffic on 71, once you get through the Delaware area, is just horrible after like 2 p.m., regardless of what day it is. So that's really it. So I just sort of wanted to share a couple of my thoughts there. It was really nice to hang out with you guys. I know effing up you were working, so I'm sorry that you couldn't sort of join in on a lot of the stuff, but it meant a lot to me to see you in there along with Casino Jackpot 777, Beach Bum, everybody else. And then Beach Bum turned me on to Clapper. I think that's where we're all on right now as well. So effing up, if you're not on Clapper, I would look that up. Just like TikTok, but they really don't care about gambling content. I think I've been on that full 48 hours. I want to say a little over 48 hours. So I'm already well over what I was getting as far as followers over there. And it's pretty much identical. I think the only thing I do like about it more is when you do post, it almost has like a CapCut type of editing tool that you can use within the app. So if you have used CapCut before, it's a pretty good tool. I do pay for it, but it'll let you layer audio and text in there pretty easier. Yes, Clapper, just like clapping, CLAPPER. And I think the icon is like 2 hands going like this or something, and they're orange. So I would suggest getting that, because the editing alone on it, just because you can embed audio, you can almost make your own videos right there. They limit their videos to 10 minutes. So that I like. So I can't post my vlogs. I have to keep those on YouTube, but it is nice to know if I get a longer bonus, I don't have to go and edit it down or pick certain areas to cut or, risk, shortening it up a little bit. So if there is speech in there, it sounds like a chipmunk is narrating. It is nice to have that 10-minute cap there, so that if you do get one of those really long Flamin' Hot Pot bonuses that can last between 4 to 15 minutes sometimes. It's nice to know you could post that there. And it seems that even on the long form stuff, I'm still getting some pretty good couple, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 views on them. So it seems pretty easy. The only thing I don't like is you do still have to manually add in your hashtags on that. I know on the other place, especially, you just have to kind of put your hashtag sign in, and it'll let you pick the last usually 5 to 6 hashtags you've used just to speed things up. But other than that, I don't think I've had a problem. The live function looks very, very similar, and I don't think you have to have a certain amount of people to go live. I think I went live just for about 20 minutes on Clapper before I went live on YouTube, and I think I had maybe 100 followers on Clapper, if that. So there's no cap. There's no like, hey, you got to get to this like on TikTok before we'll let you go live. You just go live. And they don't care about the content. So, I think obviously it's the only thing is you don't show anything that's not safe for work or anything dangerous or criminal. But other than that, they really don't care what you post. So F it up, I would suggest you get Clapper. We're all on it as well. We're all taking turns going live. So obviously look up my profile as well as Beach Bum. We can add you to the group as well. Annie, if you jump on, please jump on Clapper as well. Your content's going to be extremely useful over there too. We're just kind of making a little community over there. I think there's like 5 or 6 of us. Beach Bum, myself, Casino Jackpot 777, although Slotty Margaritas over there, Lucky Dame, and a couple others. I apologize. I think Travel Nissa is there, so I apologize if I'm missing a couple of you guys. But it is a really good time. I would suggest anybody who watches this live later does jump on to do. It is a very cool app. So Beach Bum, thank you for suggesting that to me. I'm glad I took the time to look at it and download it. It's very good. Again, it's just another way to get stuff out. So, like I said, sort of go back over. I won't be going to the casino for probably at least another 3-4 weeks just for family stuff I need to take care of. But I've got plenty of content, so I think I have enough to put out content for 1 or 2 videos a day for at least the next 3 weeks, and still be able to post. Actually, YouTube gave me a thing on my weekly thing to slow down my content. It said make sure you're taking a break. So, but it's paying off. I think. Just went over the 250 mark as far as videos on YouTube. And I'm very, very close to breaking the 200,000 views total on my page. And we are now, which I thought would never happen, we are 62 subscribers away from hitting 500. So that is a huge, huge thing for me. When I started the channel February 10th of last year, I thought I'd be happy and really lucky if I had maybe 100. Did I say what, 100, 150?
Yeah.
100, 150 people would follow because I figured who's going to – I mean, the space is so saturated with all these other content creators that unless you're doing $100 spins, no one's really going to tune in. And I thought, well, I'll try because, again, I like playing min or very minimum bets, and I think it's starting to resonate. I think people are starting to see just how much fun – you can bet 88 cents and hit for 400. You can bet 75 cents and routinely get 70, 80, 90, $100 bonuses. And as long as you manage your money, you'll still go home with quite a bit of money. So it's starting to resonate a little bit, which I think is great. Because again, we were just watching YouTube clips earlier, and just a lot of some of the newer stuff coming out is I've got $200. Let's go max bet. And it's, great, but just imagine if you started filming how many times they put $200 in that machine to capture that video. There's a lot of people that are going broke in the space just because they're trying to make content that maybe they'll get 100,000 views for, but they'll waste $10,000-$20,000 at the casino trying to make that one video, and I don't want to do that. I can't afford to, but I also want to make sure when people do play, they play the right way, so that a lot of us who go can say, hey, I take $60 to the casino every week, and I just want to have fun. And that's kind of what my content is just let's go to the casino. Like when we went to Jack's on my very first live, took about $500 total. I lost $260 playing there, came home with the rest. But we were there playing for 7 hours. And probably didn't lose that much because we also bought quite a few bit of drinks. And unfortunately, in Ohio, you don't get the Vegas or AC treatment. If you want to buy drinks, it's a law through the liquor board. You have to pay for the drinks. There is no give me a tip for $5. I'll bring you a nice drink. It's you got to go to the bar, you got to order it, you got to buy it from the bartender. So we did pretty good. So yeah, so that's gonna be pretty good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a little shocked myself. I started in February. I think it was, God, my first live was October, almost a whole year before I even did my first live. The first time I ever went in front of the camera, I think, was just a few weeks before I went to Vegas, because I really didn't want to be in front of the camera, and now I'm doing this weekly. So, but yeah, I mean, it is nice, but I will like to stress that I had no idea that, like I said, I'm happy with where I'm at. If we stop here and people are still enjoying the videos, if I'm still, able to at least hang out in this digital space with you, effing up, and everybody else, and sort of talk slots and, have fun on the videos, make little jokes on the videos, and just sort of live vicariously through other people's videos because I know them. It's definitely worth it for me, even if my channel kind of stops growing from here. Obviously, I'd like it to keep growing, but I think the point of this that I've learned through the last almost year here is, one, there is an audience for people who want to see people having fun. I think there is people out there, and it's been showing on the videos, that some people don't really care if you're betting big. Now, obviously, there is a large segment on all the platforms that, unless your title says we're betting $10,000, see what happens, or I'm in the high limit room with, they're not going to watch your video. And I get that. But I think there is a lot of people who gravitate to, hey, this person's having fun. This person's not spending a whole lot of money. And again, that's subjective. I do know $200-$300 to me is, me saving up for a week or two and going to the casino, whereas that could be someone's monthly, I'm going to go to the casino, or even more. So I don't want to diminish that, but I do think there's a thing for that. I do know people like some of the other content. Obviously, I gravitated a lot to, when I first started on TikTok, to Beach Bum. That's the first person I kind of connected with and talked to, just because she was always very open and very honest and bubbly, and playing the games that I don't typically play, but I could see she was having fun doing it. So that's kind of what kind of got me into that. I watch your guys' stuff all the time. My favorite videos where Effing Up plays is where there's kind of a little banter between both you guys. I think that's probably the best part. It gives me a chuckle every once in a while, whether it's a little comment or someone's kind of a look they give after a comment's made. And I really do enjoy that. So I do like the videos when you two are together and doing those. I truly, truly, truly enjoy those. They are very, very fun. So, but if there is anything I can do to help other people, please let me know. Obviously, if you can join the Clapper group, that's a great way for us to expose other people to everybody. But yeah, so I really appreciate you jumping on. I thought we were going to have a little more people on today. Again, that's kind of the reason why I'm looking for another day to do lives, because I'll chat with other people through the day and it's, yeah, let's do this. Or I've even said, hey, I'll be on your live, and it just doesn't work out. So if there is another day that works out better for everybody, when you go through this and watch this later, please leave a comment on what days typically work better. Because again, I prefer to have kind of a round table with everybody to be able to talk about things. And It's a lot more fun. It's probably a lot better than just staring at this face for 30 minutes and hearing me ramble on. But that's something I'm trying to look into doing. So, and then this year, kind of my plans for gambling this year, going to try and get out where I can and do a little bit in different places. I have reached out to a place in West Virginia that's only a 2-hour drive away. Once I hear from them if they will allow live streaming, I'll probably do my next live stream from there, just because I want to see other places. Obviously, every place is a little different. Jack's is great. Don't get me wrong. They are, if you are in Cleveland, they are probably the friendliest people I've ever met as far as allowing filming. And like, I talked to them and they said, hey, you get a little bit bigger, let me know if there's anything we can do for you. So it's really nice to see someone out there that embraces the slot culture very well. So that's something that I truly would have to say, if you are in the Ohio area and you are looking to do a live or do some filming at a casino, I would highly suggest you do go to Jack's, either the Thistledown Racino or the Jack's in downtown Cleveland. Personally, if I do go back to Jack's, I'll probably do Thistledown, just because it's not downtown Cleveland. I do not like driving downtown Cleveland. I just don't. I've been through that too many times. I don't like it. But the staff is amazing. Well, babe? You have to pay to park. You got to pay to park too. But as long as you gamble enough, they'll validate your ticket. So, but oh well. But yeah, I'd like to go out and see a couple of different things. So the West Virginia one's a possibility. I've reached out to a couple other casinos in Kentucky, in Indiana, just because I do want to play some facilities that are HHR. Historical horse racing is what they use to make their randomness. So I'd like to try that. I have played Class 2 before. I'll probably try and find some place to do Class 2 again, just because I haven't had any videos on it, but I've played it years ago. So, but I would like to get down, because I have never played HHR, but I do know people who work in that industry. So I'm very interested to see how it is when you're actually sitting down as a player to play. And then hopefully over the holiday break in May, depends again on when my son leaves for the Air Force or when other things are going on. I want to try and get out to Caesars out there in Juliet, just because one of two things. One, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to Vegas again until that one trip in September if I do go. So this will be my last year to use the perks of being Diamond Plus. So that'll give us the Diamond Lounge. They still have a Laurel Lounge there, so it's free drinks, free food, and also give us a chance to drive a few minutes over and go hang out in Chicago for a little bit. I have only driven through Chicago. I've never actually hung out there, so it'd be really cool to do that with my wife, and then we'll do a whole day. I'll have a nice set budget for the casino, and we'll do a casino tour. We'll check stuff out. We'll do other things like that. So that's what's in the works. I'd like to expand that a little bit more, try to get out some other casinos. And who knows? I mean, I talked to, we got an invite over, and we were talking on the live stream with Gamble Smart, Gamble Safe. They said, let me and some other people know if you guys want a booth at the Sloticon that's coming up next weekend over in Foxwoods. So unfortunately I can't do that, but maybe in 2027 you might see me doing a post. I'm going to be a Sloticon. That'd be kind of a cool way to see some people that I've been watching for a few years that I really don't know, and then also meet up with some channels that I do know that I talk to regularly. So it'd be kind of a cool thing, but I don't know. I told my wife it might be one of those things where as long as family stuff is good, the channel's doing pretty good, maybe I'll go just to get a booth out there, just to, if anything, just be a fanboy for a day or two, just to sort of see everybody and talk. So, and play. Never played there before. So I think we're going to go and end it there. We're closing up to a half an hour. Again, as always, thank you to everybody. When you are watching this later, there are a lot of subscribers that I have that are extremely supportive, that do not jump on the live, but I want to make sure that they know I do appreciate them. So please feel free to drop a comment in here. If there is another day that works better for you, let me know. Like I said, I would like to find a time and a date that works for at least a good chunk of the subscribers so that we can have a good session going. Effing up, special thank you for jumping on tonight. And again, for jumping on yesterday and jeopardizing. So hopefully you didn't get in trouble. But it was nice to see everybody out there. And it was good to see some support from some of the larger channels that jumped on my live as well. I do think sometimes in this space, there is a lot of, I need to get as many subscribers as I can because I want to make money on this. I am not that way. I do not plan on being monetized. If I ever am, I don't know how that would work. But I'm here just to sort of meet people and build sort of a little sub community of people who just genuinely enjoy slots, but more importantly, are more interested in supporting each other. So it was nice to see some of the larger channels get on who feel that way. Casino Jackpot 777 Avo is amazing like that, as is Majestic. Jason, he jumped on too. So it is nice to see other channels that are embracing the, hey, these are my friends. We're just here to have fun versus, I want to get as many subs as I can because I want to make my money. So hopefully one day it will skew a little bit more towards that end of the pendulum. Probably will take a while, but it will be nice to see that again. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I know it's a little boring with just me and a couple people on here, but if you do watch this later, thank you for everything. It's been an amazing 2025. Hopefully 2026 is very good. Fingers crossed, maybe we'll get my very first jackpot on here. That's not Cherry's Jubilee, so I'm going to have to preface that. Those are my only 3 hand pays I've gotten is from Cherry's Jubilee. So again, thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Have a very good week, and stay safe out there. I'll see you guys very, very soon.